Rest in peace, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I was born by the river in a little tin, yeah. Oh, just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
What a day. What a day. So we got a circuit on this beautiful step today. We're going to be singing this for the next 4 years. Clapping. 1, 2. So we're going to start with ball passes. Sounds like fun. Good. We're going to do basic crunches. 4, 5. Today has been an emotional day, and I was wondering earlier, why, why I was feeling like that. I don't know, but we know Trump was sworn in today, and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel down, I feel a little sad, but I'm not sure if the sadness is because I'm afraid of what he's going to do while he's in office, but I'm really trying to lean on focus on what I can control. What happens in the government to a large degree is outside of our control. And that's just, we can vote, and I did vote. We can vote. We can protest, we can rally, we can sway what happens over time, but what we really can focus on and really control is what we do with ourselves. So that's more of what I'm going to focus on, is taking care of myself, taking care of my mental health, being responsible for my mental health, being responsible for my physical health, and focusing more on that and not consuming things that are going to drive me crazy. So I'm not going to watch all of the Trump coverage and all of the ignorant stuff that they put out there. I'm not going to consume myself with that. And I'm just going to choose to focus more on positivity and choose to focus on my family and my community and what I put out into the atmosphere. That's what I'm going to focus on, and that's what I'm going to do. And I can't tell you what to do, but I hope that you focus more on the things you can control rather than just focusing on all the negativity that is coming. You know, we're going to face some difficult times, but what we have to do as a people, as a community, as Americans, is focus on what we can control. And that's really the bottom line. We're not doomed. President Trump, I pray that he does what is right. I pray that as the president, he holds that office in high regard and he does what he is supposed to do for the American people, not just the people that voted for him. And I took the time to listen to some of his speeches, because sometimes in the media they focus on sound bites and the most negative thing you say or the most deflammatory thing you can say. And instead of like immediately dismissing everything, I sat and listened to him give a speech. And no, his speeches, I mean, some, you know what? He has some good points. I cannot say that every single thing that comes out of his mouth is negative. I can't remember what a good point is off the top of my head, but I remember when I was watching whatever speech it was, I said to myself, some of what he's saying, especially around the economy and how we are empowering other nations and not empowering America, that I get. I understand that piece, but then it goes left, you know? But I do understand that. I understand that if we are creating jobs in America, if we're keeping things in America, that would help Americans, right? Because there'll be more factory jobs. There'll be more jobs for people here. Like there used to be back in the 50s and 60s. And maybe even the 70s, I'm not sure. But back in the day, there were factory, like good factory jobs that people could retire from right here in America. And that is a thing of the past. Well, it's not as prevalent as it was. So I get that part of it. I don't want to get too much into the politics, guys, but just, you know, I'm going to try and work through this funk. I'm feeling a little funky. I'm feeling a little down. I feel a little sad. I'm going to be honest. But I don't want to stay here. So like I said, guys, we have to lift each other up through this time and not focus just on the negative things. Let's not do that. Let's not focus on what's going wrong, and let's work on what we can do for ourselves as a community. Let's come together as a community and do what we have to do. And one thing I can say is educate yourself. Don't just go off of what you hear someone said on social media. Take the time to learn a little more, because that kind of helps. That kind of helps you process things when you can see someone else's point of view. Or you can at least understand their point of view without getting angry immediately, right? Because sometimes when we're dealing with someone that we perceive as racist, we automatically dismiss everything that they have to say. When this country was founded on those philosophies that some people still hold true. And when you are raised in an environment like that and everyone around you has that perception of other races, how else are you supposed to be raised? like, I'm not excusing it. I'm not explaining it. I'm just getting more perspective. And I think that helps my mental health anyway. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but what helps me is kind of understanding someone else's point of view. It's not, and then I can process my feelings a little better and not just be angry, you know? Because holding on to anger is not good for our waistline, baby girl, because we trying to be snatched. So we got to keep the stress down. We got to keep the stress down. We can't be stressed out, and we can't hold on to negative emotions. All of those things have a negative effect on your health. So we have to figure out how to process those emotions and figure out how to move forward so that we're able to be where we want to be and not drown in our own sorrow and stress. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So let's focus on what we can control, and let's not be really, really sad. Even though I am today. And it's, you know what, it's okay to be a little sad, but you also have to work through it and push forward. So I just want to say, rest in peace, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
It's not the diamond, it's not the diamond, it's not the pearl.